Nope, Jack, you're not. Although made for a monumental scene in James Cameron's 1997 blockbuster Titanic, in reality, no one aside from the crew were allowed on that section of the bow.
Okay, so check this out right here. I found this website called sketchfab.com, and they have 3D models. And one of the models is of our very own Titanic here. As you can see, Jack and his friend, I forget his name. It's been a long time since I've seen Titan the movie. Yeah, he'd be right here. I'm the king of the world, and stuff like that. So this is why people were allowed, and I'm about to go on top of the Titanic. Look at this. There is a lot of hazards here that is the reason why they did not let passengers onto the going through it onto the this section of the ship. Because not only that, but you have the big anchor right here, and all these, this crane right here, and the chains especially. They could fall into these crevices, I guess you would call them, right in there. The cargo hatch and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of tripping hazards here that Jack would probably fall into. I don't know, maybe he's not as clumsy as I am, but if they didn't let first class passengers in, they definitely wouldn't let third class passengers in. Of course, what's cut off here is that you also have those two big cranes right here that are on this side right here. But the 3D model doesn't have it. But I thought that was pretty cool.
One of the key companies that wanted to find the Titanic, the Walt Disney Company and National Geographic magazine, were going to do a joint expedition to find the ship in 1978. Plans changed, though, due to financial limitations. Some crazy theories always go around after a disaster happens. One had to do with the ship's hull number, 390904, which spelled backwards reads, "No Pope." Regarded as fact to those who don't do a quick Google search, but Titanic's hull number was actually 401, which was the same as its yard number at Harland and Wolff. Titanic's board of trade number was 131428, being no hope for those who believe the no pope nonsense. Yes, this actually did happen. In 1943, propaganda was everywhere in Nazi Germany. Fine example is their movie production of the Titanic tragedy. Instead of a true ocean liner disaster story, the Nazis decided to turn it into an anti-British piece about how Britain is greedy, and that's what sank the Titanic and killed 1,500 people. After the war, the film was heavily banned in Western countries, only making sporadic appearances on German television markets. But in 2005, a company finally made a restored and uncensored version of the movie. Sad part is, I bet it's better than that horrid animation flick. Oh boy. Speaking of this movie and not the horrible Italian animation flick I just showed at the end of the last one, the Nazis requisitioned an old ship by the name of Cap Arcona to be used for the exterior shots of the Titanic, completely renovating it to resemble the famous ocean liner. Sadly, this ship's fate meant a disaster worse than the Titanic's. A day before World War II ended, British fighter planes fired at and sunk the Arcona with 5,000 concentration camp prisoners inside. Thankfully, not all lost their lives, but unfortunately and sadly, the death toll was estimated to exceed 4,000.